Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday. This is supposed to be day 8 of the challenge. I think yesterday I didn't send a video because one, I was tired, two, I wasn't very inspired. And many people have been asking me to write on trauma. I've gotten like 2 requests to write on trauma. It seems like a lot of people are traumatized in this life, including myself. But yeah, I really wanted to write something that could really express it and like really help people when they listen to it. So I knew it's going to take a lot of time. But this morning I woke up and I was thinking, oh, let me take time and write something out. But then I was like, why not just like talk about trauma per se? Like, I think a lot of times as artists, spoken word artists, we like want to make the word sound right, want to make it come out in the right form. But today I'm just going to tell you the key things I know about trauma. So one, trauma is inevitable. Okay, as long as you're living on in this place we call Earth, as long as you're doing this thing called life, trauma is inevitable. You're going to lose something. You're going to be hurt by something. You're going to get into certain incidents that are going to traumatize you. So trauma is unforgettable, and this is a point that many struggle with. I believe I struggle with it as well. I was like, I cannot wait for this, for me to forget about this, for me to move past this. But you soon realize that the memory of trauma is unforgettable. Rather, the pain of trauma, the pain from the experience, or the pain of what you saw or what happened to you is forgettable. And that I think is actually made by God. I think sometimes we don't appreciate that enough. Because when you go through a traumatic experience, you learn from that experience is more important than you forgetting that experience, because it helps you not repeat that experience again or go through that same thing. The way which is my favorite part actually is that trauma is beatable. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, trauma is beatable. You're not going to be traumatized for life if you don't put your guard down. Like if you keep on fighting, if you keep on finding ways to get out of that hole you've been put into, you can actually get out of trauma. Trauma is not a lifetime sentence. It's just a very difficult phase in life, but it's actually beatable. Because I remember I was listening to this song over and over again. This song by the King will come title yet. It goes like, God, don't give up on me yet. It's a lovely song. It's a song of crying to God about you are in this state, like you don't want to fight anymore, but you want God to not let go of you, even though you feel like letting go of yourself. It was so, it's a song that really helped me. And in that point, I felt like, oh my God, this is just a lifetime sentence. Like, I'm not going to get over this. I remember somebody once told me that, Doris, you've lost interest in this life that I'm seeing. I was like, yeah, actually, I don't really see the importance of life anymore. But that changed. It changed. Like, the process is still ongoing, but I want to live. And you see, you tend to find out that trauma is actually very, very beatable. So many times we are like, nah, I don't see this ending. You're like, this will never end. This is going to follow me for life. But life is such a very long thing, sweetheart. It's such a very long thing. You find a way to beat trauma when you keep getting out of that hole, when you keep struggling to go out of it. Eventually, you find that it's beatable. And number 4, ladies and gentlemen, this one is very, very controversial. Trauma is profitable, okay? The only thing that trauma will mess up with very badly is psychologically and a little bit of physically. But spiritually, mentally, and also sometimes physically, trauma is actually quite profitable. I'll explain. Wait. Let's start with spiritually. You see, God is someone who works with brokenness a lot, okay? When you're broken, it gives him access to mold you into something, like a potter with his clay. So normally what the enemy meant for evil, God turns for good, that verse that says he's closer to the brokenhearted, so true. Because what trauma will do to you is going to break you. But when you present those broken pieces to God, it gives him the chance to mold them to something beautiful. So in the aspect of you being broken, oh, that's sad, it is sad, but go to God and see what he will do with those pieces. Because when God is a person working on your broken pieces, you see something more beautiful about yourself you have never seen before. So trauma is something terrible. It hurts, it breaks you, you feel that you're going to die. But when you present that trauma to God, when you go to God, like every time you find yourself wanting to break down, I did not choose to break down outside. I'll run to my house, go on my knees and break down there, because I knew God was going to put me back up. And let me not be like every time I was going back to God directly. One time we went to wrong things. Okay, one time I think I went to the bottle. That was terrible. That was a terrible experience. Not that I tried that once. As for someone like me who is not even a fan of that so much, it did me bad. But every time you're broken, God can use your trauma to do something so good to you. Your spirit is going to find some rest, find some growth. So what broke you can be what God will use to build you up. So mentally, okay. So many people like normally trauma is a mental something that messes with you up mentally. But I found out that when you're traumatized and when you sit back and you reflect rightly, you might actually get some clarity. Okay, because trauma will show you the places in your life where you have not built boundaries, where you have not set up correct walls. So when you find yourself that, oh, the enemy could attack me from this angle in my life because I had not put up this boundary, I had not placed these restrictions. Even though you are in the trauma, in that time you start building those boundaries so that the next time the enemy comes knocking at that door, they don't find a space to, they don't find a crack to get in. So in the case of you being, oh, trauma, this is terrible, mentally you can sit back. You should use that point in your life to reflect, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. Use that point in your life to reflect. Find out the places in your life where you have not put boundaries. Find out the places in your life where you have let the enemy, given the enemy spaces to infiltrate, main places in your studies, whatever. Put those boundaries up. That's how you build them. You build your mind. Okay, they say you have to renew your mind. To start renewing your mind in trauma, trauma can give you the space when your mind has been broken. You start building it back up right. And this last one, physically, is for people that are actually looking to lose weight. Trauma will help you. Lord Jesus. I'm not saying go and look for trauma, but if you're looking to lose weight, trauma will help you. I was not looking to lose weight, but it happened. So yeah, trauma is actually something that physically, for people that are drinking slim tea, you'll not need slim tea. It'll come naturally. And one thing you should be very aware of is that trauma is going to try to replace love with hate. Okay, and you should by no chance let it happen. That's why I really recommend healing with God, because God is going to give you a way to heal and still love. And still love the people who hurt you, love the people who traumatize you. You're still going to have so much love for the world in general, because we are not, as Christians, let me say, as Christians, we are in the world, not of the world, but we are called to love the world regardless. And the world is going to hurt you. Human beings are just what human beings are. We are messy, we have issues, we are going to hurt each other at any point in time. So in our hurting one another, what the devil is going to try to use is that he's going to try to want to use that hurt to cause you to hate the people around, to cause you to hate those who have traumatized you. But God will use that trauma to actually still heal you, but use that to make you love people deeply, even more. There are times that you find yourself loving more those who have hurt you, and that's crazy, but that's what you do in God's presence. So going to God to heal from the trauma will actually help you to find a love, a peace, because whenever you start walk in love, you're walking in peace. Whenever you're walking in hate, you're walking in unrest. Okay, God is going to help you to walk in love when you're traumatized. So keep going back to God, keep praying, just keep running back to God. So those are practically the key things I've learned about trauma, I've seen in trauma. But I know whenever we talk about trauma, the most important thing is how can I get out of it. So I'll just give a short testimony on what really helped me, or what is helping me is God. Like God, end of story. And it can sound very cliche. It can be like, oh my God, Chipado's talking, God has done it, but he does it. Okay, initially I myself thought it was not going to be enough. I needed something more. I needed to maybe get this counseling. At one point I was suggested a therapist. And I don't know, but it's not like I hate therapy or anything. I know therapy is something that really helps people, but I just told myself I wanted to heal with God. I wanted God to be my therapist, and I devoted to that. You pray, you cry, you study your word, you go mad with God. I don't glorify my trauma. I glorify what God used my trauma to do. Okay, so yeah. Normally should have been a spoken word, but I think I've spoke words, and I think when maybe I'll write a poem later on. I think I still should. I owe that. But I'm very happy I did this video today. Just even doing it has uplifted my spirit. We're starting in the morning. I think it's raining outside. I don't see, I don't know, it's raining today. Yesterday my day ended at 10. So I was tired and I could not do anything. But I've woken up today and I'm like, we're doing this. So thank you guys so much for listening. For all those who are liking the videos, I really do appreciate it. Bye bye. See you guys next time tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.